Let the Wacken waters shine their full glory because of the really watery energy that we're experiencing right now is so up in the charts and very, very deep. This water energy is a makeshift for something very unusual, something very interesting to come up. And for the week of November 23rd through the 29th, we have less astrology going on compared to last week, but we have some important things happening in the sky. So let's start talking about a really, really big aspect happening on November 23rd. Sunday starts out with a bang because we have the sun in Sagittarius. Now we're looking at philosophy, we're looking at big picture thinking, and Pluto in Aquarius. It could be AI, but it's really about horizontal structure, transforming how we use technology and how we view it. And so the Sun sextile Pluto can really make us feel a very, very strong urge to want to succeed, to want to win at life, to want to give everything that we have and all the splutters and all the gutters and rake at all the passings. There is this very, very strong need here to succeed in what we want to do, to be the best that we can be. It's an intense focus that we have to really stay the course and give it all we got. This energy could really make you have the drive to go after your goals. What is also a good feature of this aspect is that there may be compulsive behavior that can be to your advantage to break an unhealthy habit in your life, or you can utilize your compulsive nature and say, this habit is not serving me. And I am denying it, I'm pushing it down and forgetting that this habit is not serving me. So I'm going to bring it up and look at what is serving me and what isn't serving me and eliminate what doesn't serve me. So looking at those negative habit patterns in your life and have a compulsive act to follow to get rid of those habits. You may very well increase your level of attractiveness during this transit. Now, Pluto rules Scorpio, and Scorpio can be pretty extreme, pretty destructive. So we can destruct ourselves. We can be very just mean to ourselves and burning away anything and everything that doesn't serve us. And that can be good, depending upon the level of extremes that it's at, because too much of one thing is a bad thing. With this energy, it's good to reach out and help people, to not be so focused on ourselves and our lives, but really reach out and get to know others, people's lives, and help them out when they need it. You can also delve deeply into aspects of your life that feel very overwhelming to you. So that can be a huge issue with this energy. Um, Clarity may need to be achieved, so finding clarity in all that we do and all that we organize. Our finances also is a part of this. Exploring the depths of our psyche, really getting into the deep unconscious parts of who we are to really dig deep and find out what are our true feelings, what are our true desires, what are our true motivations. Now, if you haven't heard it enough, from Alana Fairchild, from all these spiritual people. It is so important to have a spiritual practice that you're committed to on a daily basis. The practice that I really, really like, and it's one of my absolute favorite things to do, is pull oracle cards. I have a ton of decks right now. I have collected over 100 decks from the past year. And so I use those as my spiritual practice to give me insight and guidance on what I need to focus on for the day or for the morning or afternoon or whatever my question is. That's a spiritual practice that I can commit to because I really, really like it. So find a practice that you like, that you want to do, and commit to it and make it a practice. Um, and you can also heal past traumas and unresolved issues, resolving the issues that need to be resolved. Now, you can also face your shadows with compassion and courage. It's also a very, very strong hallmark with this energy. Um, Scorpio, ruled by Pluto, is about the shadow. It's about really delving into the depths of who we are, delving into our undercurrents of the underworld of who we are. And can we be courageous and compassionate and accepting and acknowledging of our shadows? That's the question. On Monday, November 24th, Mercury is going to meet up with Venus in the sky. Mercury is currently moving retrograde in Scorpio, so we're really digging deep into our unconscious and healing what needs to be healed. This is very, very deep Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. Venus is in Scorpio. Besides the intensity that this aspect happens, is the real question is, can you be loving in a very intense way, in a very ferocious way, because we are talking about Scorpio energy, to show others that we love them in very strong, very powerful ways. This energy can also be very, very good for networking and socializing, doing things and speaking words of affirmation, whatever your love language is, to show how much you love and care for your partner. And you may very well receive things back from them that you feel grateful for them giving you in your life. So you're giving love, but it's also important to be very, very open to receive that back into your life, to recognize what you have to be grateful for in this relationship. Now, another hallmark of this is we're very, very into our cooperation. We're easily able to get along with others and go along, bend like bamboo kind of thing like that. Now, what this can bring is we can have very, very diplomatic and negotiate we can have diplomatic and negotiative skills to resolve conflicts. How can we negotiate? How can we be the keeper of the peace to resolve conflicts? This is a good time for artistic and creative skills, being very artistic in that way, however you define it. Um, and so this transit is really all about doing something creative with your hands, like painting or pottery or whatever, or your voice, singing, sound healing, that kind of thing like that. You may be more interested towards the expressive and artistic. You may be interested in art, music, beauty, and aesthetics during this time. And this is a good transit to express your love for others through spoken or written words. Um, Now, any work of art that you create, whatever it is, in whatever form it is, it could be a book, it could be a poem, it could be a painting. Think about the financial aspect of that. How am I going to profit because of this? Review your budget or financial plans. You may feel more social and outgoing and want to be around those that stimulate your mind, because Mercury is about the mind, the mental, the intellectual. 2 days later, on the 26th, just before Thanksgiving, on Wednesday, we have two aspects happening, two trines from Venus to two of the other planets, the first being Venus trine Jupiter. So these energies are very, very different. And they're kind of conflicting energies. Anyway, they're very, very different energies, both going on in the same day, on the same day. So let's start talking about Venus trine Jupiter. Venus and Jupiter are the benefics in astrology. They bring blessings, they bring abundance, they bring joy, they bring all the yum yums and the good things of life. Um, and so this brings good cheer and optimism. It's an invitation for you to just kick back and relax and enjoy life. Do what brings you joy. Do what brings you pleasure. Take time out of your busy schedule to do what truly nourishes you. Express your more affectionate and welcoming side of who you are. This is great for dating, um, mending bridges, mending rifts or tatters or cracks in very stressful relationships. You may enjoy adventurous activities. You may have a really good eye for fashion this time. Fortune in your life is a really big theme here. Any request that anyone gives you could be a golden opportunity that you just didn't know that was in plain sight. So be open to requests, be open to new opportunities. But Mercury is retrograde, so really read the fine print and consider, is this really worth investing in this? Foreshadowing for the next aspect. Um, and so you can have a lot of ease and harmony in your interactions. That's very, very clear. This is great for social engagements and gatherings. Let your charm and warmth be strong. Be mindful of not overindulging in things, because with this transit, we can overindulge since it's a trine. We just relax. We just take the energy for granted. So be mindful of, yes, indulging, but not overdoing. Explore the depths of your connections. Love and affection can really express itself in many forms at this time. So take advantage of that. Do what you can to stay grounded as much as possible. Don't overindulge. Practice self-compassion. Be loving. Be accepting of yourself. Allow yourself to do what nurtures you. And be honest with yourself if you come up with any challenges. Now, the next aspect is different. It is Venus trine Saturn. And this energy really asks you, are your relationships good for you, for your highest good? Will they last a long time? Will they serve your long-term growth? If they won't, if they aren't sustainable, it's time to let them go. You want to form a long-lasting union with another. You want to have a closer bond and stability in existing relationships. That is very, very important to form that bond. Work through problems and relationships to figure out the solutions. It's very, very important to be willing to work problems out and collaborate with others in that way. Um, Grace and respect for tradition may be very, very important now. This is good for shopping with material things like jewelry. You may have a more predictable and solid routine with loved ones. So getting into the routine, getting into the nitty-gritty of this relationship on a day-to-day basis. And do I have solid routines and solid structures? Take your commitments seriously. Your relationship commitments, your things that you value, the people that you value. Take these things seriously. Maybe be more calculated with money and resolve past hardships. Because Saturn is the past, and it's the difficulties, the struggles, the pain, the negativity, the hardships. So it's a good time to resolve and heal the past, heal those hardships. On November 27th, Saturn goes direct. So it's moving direct at 25 degrees of Pisces. It's where we can set our long-term goals in motion. There's a variety of things going on with that. Saturn is going to re-enter Aries February 13th next year, just before Valentine's Day. And it's going to meet up with Neptune on the 20th exactly to form that grand big conjunction of Saturn and Neptune at 0 degrees of Aries. So, more on that later. On November 28th, Venus is going to be conjunct Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio at 27 degrees. So this is a time to really express your rebellious side in relationships, to not be afraid to be who you are, to rebel, to express your real, raw, primal side of who you are. Once you find your passion in life, you'll want to be independent and you want to be sovereign when it comes to pursuing it. You want to be in a relationship where the partner is as passionate as you are. Um, so you want to be in those kind of relationships that are very important for you. Um, So you may be more rebellious in love. It's very important to honor both your need for connection and your strong need for independence. It's both and here. You may be drawn to situations and relationships that may be outside of your comfort zone, so be willing to expand your horizons and take risks in that way. And be authentic and bold in your creative expressions. On November 29th, Mercury goes direct. So this is clarity. This is sudden clarity that we see the events that happened around about October 21st when Mercury first entered its pre-retrograde shadow at 20 degrees of Scorpio. We're seeing those events in a different way. We have more clarity. We find more wisdom. We find more, um, insight, and we feel enlightened in some way. Now, that's as far as the astrology goes, but now I want to move into another dimension of this video, and I want to pull an oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle. Since we are in Mabon, we all are in fall. Um, Actually, I'm really, really feeling into oracle cards today, so I'm just going to pull two cards for the heck of it. One card is going to be the challenge and then how to face it. So let me switch down there. So my question is, what is the challenge that the collective has to face? What is the challenge that the collective is presented with for the week of November 23rd? Let's see what the cards have to say. What's the Okay, let's see. Let's see what the card is. Coming of darkness. All the light is dimming, life is withering at the core. Are you ready? I'm getting a very, very strong intuitive feeling right now. I don't know if I want to do two cards actually. So let me just do the one card reading. I changed my mind. So my question is, what does the collective need to know for the week of November 23rd? Let's see what the cards have to say. And the card is elderberries. There is a knowing within bone, allow it to guide you. What this card is saying is that a lot could be said for reaching out across the aisle and asking for assistance, asking for wisdom and advice from others, and looking up to others and receiving their assistance. But at some point, we need to take action and do our thing independently and stand up and fall on our face and get back up again. So it's about experiencing and really putting ourselves in the driver's seat of our own life to take chances, make mistakes, trial and error, actually stand up and do the thing on our own. What this is also saying is not looking for to say that somebody else has done the thing, somebody else has taken the chance to go after this dream and achieve it. What if you can be the pioneer? What if you can be independent and initiate things and be first and be original at it? And that's, perfectly okay. So if it seems like something that nobody else is doing, it's a good opportunity to initiate that and be the entrepreneur of that and the self-started of that and go in that direction. Um, so that is really your message for the week of November 23rd. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and got something out of the Oracle card reading message. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video, which will be um, on, it will actually be on Mars, planet Mars in astrology. So I'm done with the Venus through the sign series. I'm going to start on the Mars through the sign series. I'm going to talk about the planet Mars and its characteristics and traits, and I'm going to go through all 12 signs. So tune in for that video coming up very soon for that series to begin. I'll film the introduction to that series in a couple of days from now, I'm thinking. So anyway, thank you for watching, and bye for now.